So there's a little update on the donations and Jessica situation. First things first, I've had people tell me that have donated, hey Joe, I hope you're managing the money for her as opposed to just dropping all the money on her. That way you know it's being spent and dealt with appropriately, and that no issues arise where maybe the scumbag husband comes back into her life, somehow gets some of that money or takes all of it, etc. That kind of thing. My dad said the same thing, my boss said the same thing, my wife said the same thing, and I've been thinking the same thing this whole time since this weekend, Friday, Saturday, whatever. And just so you know, that's exactly what I'm doing. I mean, she's getting all this money, but I don't want to just give it to her. Like, here, take it all, and you're still not divorced, you still got some issues, you still got people in your life that could easily steal this from you, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm paying every single thing she needs with it, and then once I get everything paid off, not paid off, but paid for, that she needs in her life, clothes for her kids are coming next. I just helped her get the place yesterday, gave the down payment and the security deposit, all that stuff for the place she's staying in. It's actually a manufactured home. That's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. It's not in a park. It's by itself on its own little piece of land. It was fairly inexpensive. It's monthly or weekly rent, technically speaking, but it's actually fairly inexpensive, if even monthly. So we gave the guy the money, the deposit, all that stuff yesterday. Got the water turned on, got the lights turned on. She had an old water bill that the ex-husband ran up because he was a deceitful pig. He left the water running for days and then locked the door just because it was in her name. So now she has to pay for that. It was $267 just to pay the old bill. And then $50 deposit to turn the new water on. So I said, you know, I've got donation money, Jessica, don't worry about it. It wasn't your fault. You know, we didn't know it would be that high because she had no idea, and they left the house at that point. And he kind of left her with it, so that bill's been sitting there, and we had to go ahead and get that paid. So I paid for it. I mean, I've got the donation money, and she still needs a lot of clothing and things like that for her kids. She's going to need a little bit of furniture. I'm not buying any new furniture. I'm going to obviously give her used, decent furniture. But at the same time, once all that stuff's taken care of, and the last thing which I told her to try to let's look at this week is what it takes to get a divorce. And if it's required that both parties sign, which usually it is, and they probably got to sign in front of a notary, you know, public signature, notary, whatever, I said, you know what? Call your ex-husband and say, look, once we get the paperwork, I got all the divorce paperwork here. I need you to sign this. Can you meet me over at the courthouse or such and such to sign this? And if you're willing to do that for your time, I'll give you $50, something like that. Because this guy's been blowing through so much money to keep his beer and his pill fest going. You already know he's going to say, ooh, I get $50? Okay. And that's the point of that $50. So that he will urgently get with her to sign this paper so that she can get him out of her life, and then now she can then open her own bank account, and then as I leave here in Tennessee, or if it takes longer and I'm already in Florida, I guess it doesn't really matter, I can say, okay, you got your bank account? Yep, alright, here's the remainder of the money, and I can tell you now there won't be a whole lot left by the time that comes, but there might be a few $100s at best, to say, hey, put this in your bank account, now you got a little nest egg in there, start working on it. I wanted her to make sure she found a house to rent, whatever, that she can afford on her salary right now, looking at her bills now, everything she's got going on, and say, okay, and I've got a little bit of money left over. And that's exactly what we got set up for her. So all day yesterday, I was running around getting everything set up with her while her kids were at my house with my wife and my kids, basically playing and watching the kids, and they had a great time. You know, it was real nice. And I asked her yesterday, you know, would it be okay if she would let me film her, you know, like with this little camera in my hand, which is my phone, to just have her say thank you. You know what I mean? She's been telling me thank you. The other day I told her about the donations, and that was actually on Saturday, and I did film it. and we ended up getting into like a 45-minute conversation talking about stuff. And again, there's a lot of personal stuff came out from her that I can't play it. But I probably have at least 2 or 3 minutes, I'm guessing, easily that I could play. And I tried to get her to come, like, hey, come and look at my inbox of donations that have come in, just, you know, from PayPal. Hey, you've received a donation, you received a donation, you received a donation. Each one comes in, and I showed her this, you know, long inbox list of donations that had come in. And I'm like, hey, come look at this, because I wanted her to get in front of the camera. And she's like, wow, is that, you know, that's all of them right there? And I'm like, yeah, it's keep going. So then she backs up again, you know, where she's kind of off camera, and then every now and then you can kind of see her just kind of creep into the picture when I'm trying to talk to her. But she starts crying a little bit, you know, thankful, you know, couldn't believe the help, that kind of thing. So I would like to just play that little part anyways. Not right now, but I'm going to. I've already got it recorded. But most importantly, you know, I want her to you know, say thank you. And she keeps thanking me. Thank you. I can't believe all those people did that for me. I'm so thankful that they did that. I don't know what I could ever do to repay that. You know, I said, no, it's not about repaying nothing. It's donation. That's the title here. This is a donation is what I asked for. These people don't want their money back. They want to help. They heard the story through me. They respect my opinion that you're definitely trying. And I said, Jessica, I know you are. I really do, because look at the other 2 girls here and look at everyone else. They only want what they can get and leave me alone, and I'm not doing nothing. I don't want to do anything extra that I don't have to do. You, on the other hand, are trying to get away from the whole lifestyle. Some of your family members are scumbags. You even told me that. You're trying to get away from them. Now you've got your own place here. Man, this is good. She says, yeah, but I wouldn't have nothing. I'd still be in the same, I'd be sleeping on my grandma's floor again still if it wasn't for you. And I said, I know. And I'm glad I was able to help through my subscribers, you know, helping out, man. It's fine. You know, don't feel like you owe something, or it's okay. Your kids should hopefully have a better life. She's like, yeah, they are going to, and again, it's because of you. And I said, well, I understand. You're right. It is because of me, but it's really because of my subscribers too, and me just reaching out. All I did was reach out to them, and they came to the rescue. So, you know, she's like, yeah, that was so nice. I can't believe that happened. And she's like, my grandma wants to meet you. You know, she's so thankful that you did this for me. And it was in the area that we were at. So I said, yeah, let's go over there. So we went over there, met the grandma and her husband. They both thanked me. Man, I can't believe you did this. It's so good. She needs the help. And they went on to tell me how poor people are nowadays out in these areas, and how no one can help pitch in. And thank God that I came in and did this. And everyone else is just struggling just like her. Not like her, but, you know what I mean, in the same kind of situation where they don't have money to pay anything, that kind of thing. So it feels good, you know, to help. So I want to give you all a little update. That's where we're at. And today, I'm going to see possibly if she wants to do the video today. Just a little quick thank you video is all it is. And again, I'm managing her money right now until everything here is done. The final thing being that her ex-husband is absolutely the ex-husband. It's signed, it's sealed, it's the court record, etc. Then I can say, all right, go right over here to the bank next door to where we work, literally walk to it, open an account, and here's the rest of the money that will sit there. And I'm telling, like I said, there might be a few $100s left by the time this all takes place, and I've got everything she needs in her life. Used furniture, clothing for her kids she's going to need now, you know, and she might need a little bit of clothing for herself, to tell you the truth. And I'm talking like going to Target, you know what I mean, that kind of clothing. Nothing fancy and expensive, that kind of thing. So, and I forgot if I mentioned a push lawnmower. She needs a push type of lawnmower, nothing fancy. I'm going to find something for her, you know, that way. Get her really set once and for all. Next year, she'll have enough money through the tax return to either trade in her car or whatever, if the thing lasts that long. It should, and get a better used car with her tax return money. I decided it needed I can tell it needed a few things immediately. I used to be a mechanic, so when she came over yesterday to drop the kids off, I fixed a few things, bought a few things at the parts store, got the car going to where it's a little more reliable, and it should last her till next year, to where when she can get her tax return. So I'll keep you all updated. Thanks again. Take care.